tax.
Uganda Canada Convention 2025 edition ey'omulundi ogw'omunaana yineetuuse 11 mpaka 13 July ku Courtyard by Marriott downtown Toronto Yonge Street. Okwewandiisa Canadian dollars 3 zokka. Gwali mu Uganda ng'oyagala kwetabamu oyinza okusasula ng'okozesa Post Bank. Osobola okusasula online ku Eventbrite ne physical payment ku Post Bank Summit Banking. Latif Madoi nankuluwa fashion runner wajja kubeerayo. Business breakfast, dinner ne entertainment, ebyobulambuzi, ebyobusuubuzi n'ebyokusiga ensimbi. Ojja kuba B2B meetings, tourism roadshow, Diaspora community business breakfast, sunset boat cruise ku Lake Ontario, cultural performances, interdominational service, katakunde networking gala dinner. Tugende tulambula ebifo eby'amaanyi nga Duda Square, The Village, Sick Kids Hospital, Eaton Center ne University of Toronto St. George Campus. Wajja kuba gospel concert ne Interfaith Church service, grand final dinner, gatago surprise entertainment, digital passports ne IDs tujja zifunirawo. Gwayagala okwolesa space weeri tosoba Uganda Canada Convention ey'omwaka guno ku Downtown Courtyard Marriott Hotel.
A new era has arrived, and it starts with a simple download. Get the new and improved My DSTV app and get used to more control with streamlined payments, easy error clearing, live chat assistance, and more, all in one app. This is the My DSTV experience, reimagined and upgraded to a whole new level. Download the new My DSTV app from your app store.
I want you to spend the rest of my life with you. Tell you every morning how much I love you.
Sanya is not what you think she is.
What is this funny still doing here? I will leave if Linda wants me to leave.
As the eldest son of this family, I need a son of my own.
You're under arrest for the disappearance of George Benja.
I'm innocent, you know that!
amaduuka ey'omulembe eyitibwa Fabulous Freeman Hypermarket ekuleetedde ebintu eby'omulembe by'obadde tonnaba kusanga wantu wonna mu kibuga Kampala ate nga bya bbeeyi esobolwa buli muntu. Mulimu ebikozesebwa awaka mu ffumbiro omuli blenders, rice cookers, amasepiki ag'omulembe n'ebyuma ebibugumya emmere biyite warmers. Tufumba emmere ebeera ever ready n'ebyokulya ebya buli ngeri. Tutunda ebikozesebwa mu masomero ne office, eby'amasannyalaze, perfumes ez'ebika byonna ate nga za mulembe, eby'abaana ne kalonda omulala mungi okuva mu nsi ezisinga okukola ebintu ebirungi. Tutuukirire leero ofune ekyenjawulo ky'obadde tonnasanga wantu wonna mu Kampala. Fabulous Freeman Hypermarket, Namirembe Road ku mwaliro ogwokubiri. Balina n'obuwunguzi okukwanguyiza embeera, okumanya ebisingawo kuba ku ssimu eno.
The Canada Convention 2025 edition ey'omulundi ogw'omunaana yineetuuse 11 mpaka 10.
My language, Madi language, Ingoni, Azianyilaka, and Zokosi. And then, of course, there are some related languages as well, but that's what I would say for now. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Moses. We appreciate the support. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able to look at the magazines that you see on the table, they are published courtesy of Silver Media. So, Mr. Mawa, we appreciate you. Please. Thank you so much. Again, we are trying to make sure we rush through some of our partners before, is Mr. Kasiri ready? Before we get into some of the other stuff that we have to take care of. Mr. Kasiri, is he ready? Why don't you come, Mr. Sekanda? This is a minute only. Please come. I just want you to, he flew all the way from Uganda. This is a Ugandan or Vision descent, but some people will be saying, wait a minute, Mr. Sekanda, Mr. Sikandi? Yeah, okay. Please just come because this time we just want to give you a minute. Just greet the people you work with in Uganda. Just briefly tell us what you do. He's the CEO of Reportage. Reportage is a real estate company based out of Dubai, doing big investments in Uganda as well. Just in a minute, greet the people and then tell them where they can find you.
Good morning, Protocol of the Ambassador. Pleasure to meet you. I've flown all the way from Uganda here because I'm a Ugandan, born in Uganda. I grew up in Uganda. In my younger days, I was based in Lira, Kabira Maido, and Kampala. So my home days were at Lira in VH Public School. My father is 92. He's never left Uganda. So he's a true Uganda. Most people know Rafiki Group, belonging to my father, Hussein Lira. Now, myself, I've developed a lot of properties in Uganda, but I've joined up with a company from Abu Dhabi. It's a $13.5 billion company. It is developing in about 14 countries at the moment and growing all the time. What they've done is they have a passion to develop Africa in Dubai lifestyle properties. So what we're bringing into Africa, not only Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya at the moment, we're starting in Ethiopia, we're spreading all over. Basically, I'm the CEO for Uganda. I'm looking after the operation. In 2 years, we've started projects equating to around $70 million, all in prime locations like Kololo, near Acacia Mall, and near Entebbe. We're building different kind of concepts, European, Middle East concepts into Uganda at affordable prices. We have flexible plans, interest-free. We give up to 40% off in all our developments. We have payment plans of 1% per month for the duration of the developments. So we have unique opportunities for you to have a Dubai lifestyle or a European lifestyle in Uganda. I have all the brochures, I have all the information, I have all the prices. We have selected discounts as well, and we are selling immediately. We have limited stock on our first project, which we are due to complete this year. I've already sold 65 out of 72 units in that. That's already pre-sold. So we have 2 more projects in Kololo and in Tebe. Any information you need, I'm here to give you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Ronnie, thank you. Oh, in my mother tongue. Tiamabe, gope. I just thought I had to add that in, yeah? I came up from VH Public School, so this is what I learned. Yeah? Oliotia.
Mr. Sekanda, I call him Mr. Sekandi. Yeah, Mr. Sekandi. Thank you so much for flying all the way from Uganda. Once again, if you're joining us, we are live on BBS Telefina in Uganda, wherever you might be watching us. We appreciate you. We are broadcasting live from the Courtyard downtown Marriott in Toronto, Canada. Let me get another Canadian before I have Mr. Andrew Kasiri, one of our partner sponsors, again to come up here. Mr. William. Mr. William is one of those people who came courtesy of this convention. I met this gentleman as a young man. He approached me. I was doing the annual Diaspora homecoming. By the way, we have the annual Diaspora homecoming in December. If you're in Diaspora, please plan to come at the Sheraton. Zawi is already on deck, so we're going to have a wonderful time in December at the Sheraton, December 29th and 30th. So if you're watching, please make a date. Mr. William met me at Serena, and he was like, I want to go to Canada. And I was like, I liked his faith, and he was like, I really want to go to Canada. Long story short, we did what he had to do and all that, and he came all the way here. He's not only become successful here, I must say I'm very proud of everything he has done. And I just wanted to invite him. One, what we do, by the way, for someone who might be watching, it's just to encourage those who might be out there without knowing that we have success stories out here. He's a data analyst now. He's gone to school. One of the things I told him, if you can go to school, my mom used to say, you know, doors open when you have your papers in hand. So, William, abantu barika, bakulaba, this is your moment. I would like to come and basically tell them your journey. Just in about 2, 3, 5 minutes, just tell them. I'm trying to rush just because we don't want the news to cut us off. But just tell us what has been your journey. How has Canada been for you? In very brief, like 3 to 5 minutes, if you don't mind.
Thank you, my brother. I greet you all. Wherever you're watching from, my name is William Gafabusa. I'm proud to call myself William Gafabusa because that's my grandfather's name. And my son is William Gafabusa Jr. So I think you've summarized me, Mr. Ronnie, but I'll just say that everyone around here that is in front of us, I thank you for coming. You make this bigger and better every day. And Ronnie and Tim, I mean, you're amazing. I mean, the reason why I'm speaking to you is because I want to encourage someone out there. So my journey started like any other person with aspirations. I needed to grow and develop. So the next thing was like, so what do I do? Where do I go? So I did my research. And back home, I had done my MBA. I've had opportunities to work with corporate entities. I was in UBL and Unilever in the marketing section and sales. So by the grace of God, I made up here. That's in Canada, North America. And upon reaching here, like any other person, Florence just mentioned, for sure it wasn't an easy journey. But of course, at the end of the day, don't lose the eye on the ball, you know. So I had to manage how do I go to develop myself. So I went and did business analytics. And for that reason, it's because of COVID-19, you all know what happened. So standing before you, I'm a guy of numbers, and we leverage on big data. So it's the game today, it's what to do. So I speak to you as newcomers into business or entrepreneurs, and those that are existing, with due respect. Some of the things that we think are easier or simpler are never done, and we keep saying, do the basics, the rest will be history. So data is one of the key elements that you can leverage on as a business person. So as a newcomer, to start with, so I'm going to speak individually and then as a business. So from the individual perspective, you're going to look at how do you manage yourself and how do you make life better here, so as you've landed. So I'm standing to share with you, I have so much to do from the marketing perspective. I can draw for you the business plan using data with researched information. And tonight, I'm just going to give you a snap peek of a topic that is related to risk management, to business, and that's risk management. So I'll tell you, we all know about risk. In Uganda, we call it rizik, you know. We do things just how, you know. So I'm trying to say that at the end of the day, can you try to look at numbers? Can you try to look at risks? And then you're able to say, okay, I'm going to invest here. Then what? So you'll have experts like us. We can draw for you the best strategies that we can. And before you invest anywhere, and then we give you the right, because risks in business, let them not be seen as a roadblock. People don't want to invest or put in little money to start a business. I am here, I've managed to make some imports back home from here, and some of the risks I've found on the way is exchange rates, supply chain. So as an expert, we are able to identify that for you, and then you're able to invest right when you have all this kind of information or data onto your desk as an investor. So if you need details, I can do, and my colleagues have had to network, build trust in us. I'm going to have my, my information behind. I can greet you, and then I'll share with you what we can. It's not so expensive. Please invest. And once again, like the ambassador said, one of the sources that you can embrace is the Uganda Investment Authority website and office. The embassies, please network. I can't emphasize that enough, because it is upon that that some of us can stand before you. We've made strides, and we are all winners. You can go out there and win. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gafabusa. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mr. Gafabusa William. Again, you're watching BBS Telefina. We are trying to rush through some of this on air, what I would call housekeeping, before we come back into our regular sort of programming. Mr. Omach, you'll be on deck next. Mr. Andrew Kasiri, if you can come. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the gentlemen who mentored me growing up in King's College, Budo, was this gentleman here. Is a senior counsel at Kasiri and Birhanga Advocates, and also the shareholder at Marina, one of those big developments in Garuga. They made this happen, Mr. Kasiri. If you can tell Ken over in Nairobi and the team, and Naira, if you're watching, thank you so much for supporting us as Marina. Please, abantu osobola okubabuuzaako mu Luganda to start, and you can also be able to tell them where and how they can be able to access your properties. Ladies and gentlemen, my personal friend and good friend, Mr. Andrew Kasiri.
Thank you, Ronnie. Andrew Kasiri, as introduced. I am, I'm one of the promoters, developers of Marina. Marina is, it's a Ugandan company developed by a listed company called Centum. Centum is listed on the Kenyan Stock Exchange, Nairobi, Kigali, Uganda, and it is an East African company. What is Marina? Marina is a lifestyle, luxury, lakeshore housing development. Why would you come to Marina? The proximity from the airport to the lake. It's 15 to 20 minutes away, and we have different types of housing developments. There we have villas, we have apartments, we have townhouses, we have bungalows, and we have service plots. We have different developments at different stages. One of the stages that we are at now is called Kingswood Park. Kingswood are undeveloped plots which you can buy and develop something of your choice, guided by certain parameters which we insist on. But it's a serviced plot, and these are about 25 to 30 decimals. We have a new apartment development called Springfield. Those of you who might be aware, we have sold out the first apartment developments. They are called Bella Visitor, and they were bought by largely Diaspora. Most of our property owners are Diaspora, and they will tell you why do they live abroad and own properties in Uganda. It is because of the Airbnb business. People buy not to live there. They come and live there once or twice in a year, but they structure that with an Airbnb market, which is very, very vibrant in Uganda. And so, yes, we're inviting you to buy. You may reside there, but you can also earn from that investment. We are in the process of setting up different amenities. These amenities were delayed because of COVID. We started to build before COVID. When COVID came, we had certain partners withdraw. But we are at the stage where we're putting down facilities such as there's a boardwalk, there is a jogging track, we're building a swimming pools, the children play areas. We're in the business of doing that right now. We have delayed a bit on the swimming pools, but I think by close of September, we should be developing the swimming pools. Why do you come to Marina? It's a safe, secure, gated community. It's a safe and secure gated community with all these facilities. There are water resources there, electricity is there. We have a sewage treatment facility right on site. And so it's the place you should be. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Mbabuuzaako bannaffe musibye mukyamu mujeebale bampitandru kasirye banzaala kansanga nze siri village born nga omusumba ofisiri Munamasaka. I am born and raised in Kansanga kyali nga kyalo walingawo engo n'empologoma. Yes, I was born over 60 years ago. What you see now is not what Kansanga used to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Andrew. He came all the way from Kampala to support us. He has kids here in university. So, Mr. Kasia, we celebrate you. We appreciate you. Again, if you're watching us, we are live on BBS Telefina. We appreciate you wherever you're watching. You can always be able to connect with us on UgandaCanadaConvention.com. We also have a news channel, UgandaDiasporaNews.com as well. You can always be able to reach us via that. I recognize Mark. Mark, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mark and the business and what he's doing here in Canada. He came highly recommended in terms of the services he renders. He's also a very strict businessman. So, ladies and gentlemen, Boba Wetaga Stream Services, I highly recommend Mark. I'm very impressed by what I've seen, and I'm sure BBS Telefina appreciates. I would also like to recognize in a special way Mr. Semba Joe Patrick, Dance and Busulwa team over in BBS Telefina and the management and staff for giving us this airtime. Whenever we plan and organize these events for our partners, we always want to make sure that we carry these services so they can get a much bigger audience, both on social media with their over 1 million followers on Facebook, YouTube channel, and then the actual people in their homes who are watching now on BBS. So, you're not Jemuli Tuvatumide. I would like to invite Farida. Farida is the marketing manager for Qatar, but is all basically here in different capacities. Just come and say hi to the people. Again, we're trying to tell you that the caliber of the people in the room is powerful, is great. We're going to wrap up our TV segment with Mr. March, but we just wanted to give an opportunity to all our partner sponsors who basically supported us. Qatar flies all the way to Toronto. Please get on stage. I'm just trying to buy time for you to get here so you can actually say hi to the people and what you want to say. No, she's not here in an official capacity, please, but she came to support.
Good morning, everyone. All protocols observed. My name is Farida Wamala. I work with Qatar Airways, but I'm here as Farida Wamala. as in on my own, not sponsored by my company. So I thought I should put that very clear. That disclaimer comes out so strongly for me. So whoever is watching out there, I came on my own. As in to network with Ugandans in Toronto. I was just told, you don't say Toronto. Zendi mwala Muganda. Neddirangeye. Banzala kawempe mbogo. So, Oluganda, Obuganda, ne Uganda, yenze. Ndi mchala kitunzi, nyumirwa omulimu gwange. Nyumirwa byenkola. Tutunda tiketi. So, buli ali wano, n'abali eka, bw'oba olowooza okutambula, please think Qatar Airways. Nga Farida akugambye, oba akubuulirako, tinyonyi nnungi. So, mwena w'enamba tumidde, abatulaba, abali wano, n'abali eka. Benji? And thank you, Ronnie, for the opportunity. Ronnie is my good friend. So when he has always invited me, but I kept on postponing, pushing until this one day. You know, Katonda tagera chibi. Planning ya Katonda yebe singo kubo bulungi. So this 8th edition, I was meant to be here. So thank you.
Thank you. Again, we're trying to rush through this program. We're going to finish this segment. Diana, do you want to say something about the work you do real quickly? And then we'll wrap with Mr. March. Please come, because we would love to make sure that these delegates who came all the way from Uganda get the opportunity to get the mileage of the time on television. Please come. I'm buying time so you can get on stage. And then Daphne, I don't know whether you might want to say something to wrap.
Mbalamusiza basawo ne banyabo. Nze njatambula ng'Omuganda. Okolawo enjawulo bampita Nabuuso Diana Katimbo, neddira Butiko, ndi muzzukulu wa Nalumoso, agalamidde Bulemeezi baakijjulula, awo ne nsanyusa obbalaba. Nze ndi mukyala lawyer, nja kwogera mu Luganda kubanga BBC televayina ya bannayuganda ate aboogera Oluganda. Ndi lawyer mukugu, nali nkola ne mwami Andrew Kasirye myaka 14, ne neetongola. Kati nange nina ekitongole kyange tulina office mu London, Virginia ne Kampala. Bebe bayita Diaspora lawyers. Buli ali diaspora ng'oyagala obuyambi mu real estate ne commercial areas. That's our main area of focus. Tuyamba abali mu US to purchase properties in Uganda, abali e London, abali e Canada, abali mu Europe mwenna. We represent you to help you navigate legal problems in Uganda. Yeah, that's what we do. Naye mwenna nsanyusa obbalaba, Mukama abakuume. Ronnie nkwebaza. Email njagibawo mwenna, ne website yaffe eri www.renaissance.com. Email njagibawa mu cards ne mwenna nsanyusa obbalaba. Ronnie weebalire ddala, Mukama kuume.
Tweyanzizza nnyo. Daphne, did you want to come and say hi on behalf of the ladies and gentlemen? When we try to reach out to the community, one of the other people who organizes big events here in the community of Toronto, we were able to reach out. She promised to come out and support, is Daphne. Daphne, I've had very many big things from the ambassador who recommended me to you. I just wanted you to say hi to these people, and then we're going to end with Mr. March, who is going to wrap up this segment for us, please. If you can come and say hi, what you do, and how the people in Toronto can benefit from some of the services you offer.
Thank you, Ronnie, for the opportunity. His Excellency, the Ambassador, guests in here, community leaders, and organizations that have traveled from Uganda, protocol observed. My name's Daphne Marunga. I'm the immediate past president of the Rotary Club of Toronto West and the executive director of the Amara Girls Initiative. The Amara Girls Initiative is an organization that I formed. Anyway, before I go to that, I came to Canada in 2019. I came in pregnant, had a lot of time at home. As a former banker and an advocate for girls, while at home in maternity leave or on maternity leave, I looked at what was happening back home, especially when we were hit by COVID. And I was like, okay, I think this is the time that I continue to do the good work that I was doing before I came to Canada. So I formed an organization called the Amara Girls Initiative, and the organization works with young girls. Our theme is to keep girls in school, and our motto is to work together and empower women. Now, in Canada, with the support of some organizations, we host educative events, conferences, one of them being Empowering Women and Girls. It always happens in March, and it brings in advocates, government officials, guests, people who are concerned about empowering women. And when you speak about empowering women, many people mistake it for people to be like, it benefits only people in the sub-Saharan Africa. No, even here, women need empowerment because they still struggle to take up space and they still need encouragement to be pushed to take up leadership positions. We also host an event in October being a bullying month. So we come in with internet harassment and bullying. As the world evolved, so many people are using the internet, and there's a lot of scamming, there's a lot of abuse, there's mental health issue. I can emphasize, there's a lot of mental health being projected on the internet. So we need to come in as the community, as leaders, as people who are concerned, to bridge on that gap and save the world, because the internet is here to stay. We just need to learn how to move with it. Obviously, we seek partners. I'm here because Ronnie loves what I do and wanted me to come and be around and see who can support us. Because right now, we're being supported by Care International, we're being supported by Days for Girls. Every year, we give out kits, over 200 kits to some schools in Uganda. That is supporting menstrual hygiene for some girls who can't afford it. And we also receive some funding from the Rotary Club of Toronto West, where I work, and some clubs in Uganda. Our closing touch is about transformation for girls, mothers, and communities. When we empower women, we build stronger futures. Join us in the journey. Thank you so much.
Honoring our invitation. Thank you so much, Daphne. We really appreciate you coming. Last but not least, Mr. Omach is the board chairman for the Free Zone. I also had Mr. Andrew Wing, Post Bank, but I don't see him here yet, but he's around. Maybe he will speak later once we break off. So, Mr. Omach, please make your way to the podium. We're just going to give you 8 minutes because we want to make sure that we get to wrap up this segment properly. Once again, if you've just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching BBS Telefina. Thank you so much for staying with us. Mr. Omach is from the Free Zone, telling us exactly what they do. He came all the way from Uganda. Please, you'll be able to repeat the organization and be able to tell, and also greet the people in your village who might be watching. The podium is yours, sir. Please, if you can go ahead and do that again in about 8 minutes.
Dear friends, as I was coming here, I talked to my grandchildren. I told them I was coming to Toronto. Then they called their other colleagues, guys, Papa Daddy is going to Tororo. I said, no, I am going to Canada. Then they say that one in Canada is called Toronto. So So I told them I was going to Canada from Uganda and coming to have a development agenda with the people of Canada. And that we are going to get an uncle who is called the ambassador. And then the person whom I was going with from our organization is also called Kabanda. So these things were just flowing. So the development agenda, so that all of us from Uganda to Canada, we are all connected and we develop together. So that's where we start from. Now Uganda, because of the UPE and the USE, the children are now speaking Toronto English. And they're extremely exciting. And this UPE and USE has made us proud. And second, we thank our president, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, because of immunization of the children there. Now we have got the highest number of youth in the whole of Africa, the whole of the world. We have the youngest population. So how do we turn this dividend, this demographic dividend, into something which is positive? So that is what we think we should benefit from. And the journey as we move with this particular number of youth, and they are not calling me grandpa, they are calling me Papa Daddy, so that I remain part of this very important echelon of the youth. Because if you are called grandpa, it sounds a bit oldish. But if they call you Papa Daddy, it is a... yeah. So here when you look at, we look at it as Papa Daddy. Yeah. So that is where Uganda is. And they told me I should take to them chocolate. I said, but why should I take you chocolate from Toronto? And then they said, because now as Uganda, we are exporting cocoa beans worth $410.75 million US dollars. So why can't you people of Toronto from Canada come there, process this, and make them into chocolate? So that when I am moving around, the chocolate is, yes, can come from here, from Toronto, but they are Ugandan chocolate. So that's the first opportunity that you are having. Then as I was talking to them, we are taking coffee. And they said, but Papa Daddy, can you tell those people to drink at least 1 cup of Uganda coffee every day? And that's the request from these young children. Right now, as Uganda, we are exporting 7.8 million bags of 60 kilograms per annum. We are adding value to only 10%. Can you, from Canada, at least add value to 50%? And also get us a market. At least 1 cup of coffee from Uganda. And I'm happy that at least Canada is importing some coffee from Uganda, but not sufficient. And it is in raw form. So that's where I wanted to start from. My colleague Kabanda, please stand up for recognition. Dr. Kabanda is a member of the board and has got a PhD in humanities from Seattle University in the Washington, here, USA. So I am really extremely happy, Ambassador, for the committee organizing this and inviting us as Uganda Export Promotion and Free Zone Authority, which is a very young authority, which was last year coined out of 2 boards, Uganda Export Promotion Authority Board and the Free Zones Authority. They were now formed into one and were inaugurated in December last year. So we have, and I would like to read to you exactly what we do. The UZEPA, as we are called, is responsible for 10 things. The first one is for the establishment, development, management, marketing, maintenance, supervision, and control of free zones. And then on the other side of export, it does three things: to develop, to promote, and to coordinate all export-related activities. Isn't that massive? Which includes this adding value to this coffee, adding value to this cocoa, and we get chocolate, and we get that beautiful cup of tea from Uganda. The authority also regulates and facilitates secure, efficient, and globally competitive international spaces that facilitate value addition to our abundant resources and promotes exports to the world. Now, Canada inclusive. So far, we have licensed 43 free zone developers and operators, and we are constructing a public free zone at Entebbe International Airport. We expect that this financial year we should be able to conclude. These zones are catalyzing industries and augmenting Uganda's efforts in increasing export receipts, and we have slightly over 1,004 registered companies exporting from Uganda. And we are in this process of finalizing the regulations to enable us to also operationalize the special economic zone, as has been agreed by the East Africa Convergence. And we invite you to be part and parcel of this. Now, where are we as a country, and what the Uganda government is doing? There is about 9 things, and I would like to read them to you verbatim, so that this is what came from you from the convention that you wanted us to do for you. You want the interest of this convention to include deepening potential partnership with multiple stakeholders in the field of trade. Yes, that's where we are. Investment, I've talked briefly about that. Agribusiness, tourism, ICT, education, healthcare, real estate, diaspora banking, and establishment networking. And that's why we are here. We would like to have networking established with you. And His Excellency the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has always talked about the 4 principles of ideology, which include patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. We are doing all this, and as I'm talking now in the country, all parties, political parties, are in their primary elections, so that next year we have the national election, which will be free and fair, so that every time, every 5 years, we have opportunity for people to express their interest. And to deepen this dream of capitalizing Uganda further, the government continues to prioritize the following areas. Peace and security is one of the most peaceful places in the whole world. We have accelerated industrialization with a focus on building factories, export promotion and import substitution, strengthening the private sector and increasing market access for our exports in regional markets, among others. And in terms of foreign direct investment, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have the FDI flows by the end of last financial year of $3.8 billion US. And quite a bit is coming from you, and we are requesting you, can you have your own remittances put together as an organization so that you can have some impactful investment from these flows. But we thank you so far what we've been doing. We are in the areas of tourism. Last year we got 1.5 billion. Remittances, as I've mentioned, is 1.4 billion. And during the next 5 years, we are projecting that the GDP is going to more than double to 158 billion in 2030. And the people with whom we are getting the largest FDIs, unfortunately, is not Canada. We have 55% from the Netherlands, followed by France with 20%, Kenya with 6%, Tanzania with 6%, I with 5%. So where is Canada? So there is an opportunity for you to ensure that you improve on your FDIs to Uganda. Then the trade between Uganda and Canada, I'm happy to say, we have reached now 69.1 million. That is trade between Canada and Uganda, and with 36.5 million in Canadian exports and 32.6 million in imports. And the Canada exports to Uganda primarily consist of aircraft and the aircraft parts, textile articles, and cereals, while imports from Uganda include coffee, tea, vanilla beans, flowers, and fish. And right now, we are requesting you to come and invest in fish farming, aquaculture. The potentials are extremely huge, and we would like Canada to come and benefit from this. So the questions we have from you, from the diaspora, this huge export potential that the country is enjoying, can you be part and parcel of it? Now, in terms of manufacturing, we are doing a lot in manufacturing, and the things that we have, there is automobiles, electronics, steel, textiles, furniture, food products, pharmaceuticals, aluminum products, and some of the new products which are manufactured in Uganda, electronic manufacturing plant, pharmaceutical companies. We have dairy farms. We have cut flours worth $120 million. We have 2,000 tons of avocado and 4,000 tons of bananas per year being exported. And we have, the other investment potentials in Uganda are huge. And right now we have got the returns on investment of 14%. It is the highest in the world, I can assure you. 14% return on investment. If you invest here in Europe, you get about 5.2% returns on investment. So once you invest in Uganda, you'll be able to get all your capital between 5 to 7 years, and you've got your capital. The rest is just enjoying. And we have a very free economy where you can bring in as much finances or capital as you want, and you can repatriate as much of it when you make the profits. Now, the goal of increasing the size of the economy tenfold within a period of 10 years. And this, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is the core business of government now. We want the GDP growth to move from, currently we have about 61.1 billion US dollars as the GDP, but we want this to move to 500 billion US dollars. And this is what we are calling the ATMs. ATMs, I'm a banker by profession. We used to be, our ATMs were machines which are used for giving out money, associated teller machines. Now it is standing for 4 things in Uganda to increase the GDP growth rate tenfold. And we want you in the diaspora, you the Canadians, to be part and parcel of this. First one is agro-industrialization. Second one is tourism development. Third is mineral development, including oil and gas, and science, technology, and innovation. So these are the ATMs that the government is emphasizing. I've already told you that coffee, we are exporting 7.8 million 60-kilogram bags, and we want this to have value added. I've talked about fish. Currently, we produce 658 metric tons of fish annually, and we have 12 fish factories in Uganda. But we want you not only to come and add value, but we want you to also have aquaculture in Uganda, and the land and the water is available. We have milk, and now to deepen the agro-industrialization agenda, we as a government have given a large-scale in commercial farming interest-free credit worth 175 billion shillings, but this is only for Ugandans, including you in the diaspora. It is interest-free. You can get this so that you are able to develop big agricultural farming in Uganda. And these are got through the 3 government banks of Post Bank, Housing Finance Bank, and the Pride Bank. Now, with minerals, if I tell you, you may even faint. You don't think that Uganda has this number of minerals. We have many of them, and permit me, Eddie, to mention them one by one. We have oil and gas, which you all know about. We have beryl, we have chromite, lead, lithium, silver, zinc, granite, diamond, uranium, iron ore, among many others. And all these, the potentials are there for you to come and invest in them. And we have gold refineries so far. Now we have 10 of them, which are operating in Uganda. And we have a Uganda National Mining Company that is going to be capitalized up to 500 billion Uganda shillings in the next 5 years. And they will be participating at least 15% to ensure that Uganda has a stake in all the minerals that will be added value to from Uganda. The airport in Kabalega International Airport has almost been completed, and we have completed over 700 kilometers of tarmac roads within the Albertine regions. Electricity, we expect, right now we have 2,052 megawatts, and we are also going to have up to 8,400 megawatts of nuclear power. We are not going to use it for fighting, but it's just going to, for you to come and do industries. And so please come. So we expect up to 12,074 megawatts to be installed in Uganda in the near future. But right now, we have 2,052 megawatts. This is enough for you to do industrialization. And then with all this said, the enormous potential within the diaspora community here in Canada to drive this transformation, including new investors interested in the country. And due to intervention by government, people now living below poverty line has come down to only 16%. This is amazing. And the Uganda currency is the strongest in Africa. Yeah, the strongest. Yeah. And then those who are outside the money economy has come down to only 33%. These are amazing figures. You can Google anywhere and you'll find that they are all truth. And this is courtesy of government investing 3.3 trillion in what we are calling the parish development model. So this money is everywhere. And of course, we thank you. Yeah, you just go there, you get 1 million shillings. In the past, if people got 1 million shillings, they would get so excited and even tremble a bit. But now, they know how to handle it, and it is working perfectly. In the past, as Mao was saying, you get 1 million, you go and marry another wife. But now they're investing it. Because the president has been moving around to tell them about wealth, and they've articulated it. So this, through export-oriented investment, joint ventures, logistics, or technology transfer, we would like you to come to be part of Uganda. The opportunities are abundant, with Uganda now as the largest producer of coffee in Africa, exporting that 7.13 billion 60 kilogram worth of 1.97 billion in the end of the financial year, which I had already mentioned. And can we resolve today? One, how can we ensure Canadians drink to that 1 cup of coffee daily from Uganda after processing it? 2, how can Uganda ensure that the diaspora and Canadian invest in value addition business around coffee and others, including tourism? And how can you 3 go into business processing outsourcing? And with our tourism potential being world-class, how can we make sure we increase number of Canadians coming to Uganda for tourism? And we have, for instance, lions that climb trees. In the past, if a lion was chasing you, you would run away and climb on top of trees, and you felt you are happy that you had escaped. But now with Ugandan lions, when you climb on the tree, it follows you there and leaves you there. But for us, we know the language. We'll tell now, this one is a Canadian, don't touch. So come, we'll make sure that you are safe. So back to the free zone and the benefits of tax incentives that we will be giving you through the tax exemptions. And whatever we'll be giving you are VAT zero rated. And I urge you to look at Uganda not just as a home, but as an opportunity. Let us turn our networks into business corridors and our shared heritage into shared wealth, and bring along Canadian investors for investment in Uganda. And you're extremely welcome. And this is my first time in Canada. And when I'm going back with some chocolate for my grandchildren, now we shall no longer be calling Toronto, but we shall be calling Toronto. Yeah. May God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Papa Daddy, is it? I like Papa Daddy, with everything that... actually, I needed to read that, but I don't have my glasses. I think it's the Uganda Free Zones and Export Promotion Authority Board Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to speak to Mr. March, and for some of our investors who are in the room, please feel free. We are still streaming, I'm told, on YouTube and also on the Facebook Live pages of BBS Telefinance. So I would like to invite Bettina to come. She's the coordinator for Canada here in Toronto. If you can come, Toronto, right. If you can come and say hi, these are some of the people who help us organize this. Justus, again, we salute you. Also, Mr. Mirembe, just as I mentioned that, but there was also, please just come, I'm waiting for you to get to the stage. There is Mr. Henry Luyombia. As I say, there is a new group of new Canadians. He wanted me to send out a shout to them as well. Bettina, say something.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you to this amazing event. Thank you for creating time off your busy schedules. I'm not a good speaker, but I'll try my level best. Honorable Omachi talked about my language. I'm a coffee farmer. I'm actually one of the first female to be voted by an AFP. It's a French magazine as an East African representative, inspiring farmer. So I'm going to brag about, I'm a coffee farmer, like a big coffee farmer. And I'm the first person in Uganda to call the term proud farmer. So when you see someone using it, I'm about to charge them for that. So I came to Canada a couple of years ago. Now I'm 6 years here, but I still do farming back home and on a large scale. I also work with Mapera Bakateyamba, one of the houses that hosts elderly in Rubaga. I'm not a politician, but people call me honorable. Others call me a minister, but I'm not none of those. And the reason to why they call me that is the work that I've done on the ground, on the grassroots. I used to, and I still do, volunteer teaching farming and give out farming tools to women and the youth in Uganda. You might be wondering how I do it. I do it with people like you, people who contribute. I use my social media to raise money and to raise funds. I've built schools, I've built churches, not in my money and not in the government's money, but in the money of people like you. And so I thank you, and that's why I was able to collaborate with Ronnie Mayanja, who liked how I do what I do on social media, to become the Canadian coordinator. So thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you today at the picnic and tomorrow at the dinner gala. Please come in your dancing shoes. We are going to dance, we are going to have fun, but most of all, we are going to network. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bettina. So if you have any questions about what we do, Bettina coordinates Canada and Toronto, and basically we've had always these inquiries that come out. She's really someone who has been very supportive. I would like to invite Pastor Jumba. We are going to be having a church service tomorrow. We're just doing some housekeeping real quick. Again, people, I don't know why when people watch you on TV, they want to call you, but I don't know why they do that in Uganda a lot. But let me ask you, Pastor Jumba, to talk about the service tomorrow. We have an interfaith church service. So to all our partners who are here, what I did ask as one of the coordinators for the community in Toronto, Pastor Jumba asked the pastors to join us tomorrow for a church service, which is going to be in one of the rooms here. I wanted him to talk about that before we continue on to our regular programming. We're going to have a church service. He's going to talk about some of the logistics of that. We're having a picnic on Center Island where we encourage many of you who have come here, you've never been to Canada, just to come, just to basically be able to see what is out there. Canada is very beautiful. And then, of course, tomorrow, please promise and bring us a friend. 3-course menu, dinner at, the venue where we've set up for you guys at 6 p.m. I would encourage you to also come and bring a friend so we make this a very big party for us to celebrate the end of our basically convention. Mr. Pastor, Reverend, Bishop, Elder, Eddie Jumba, please give it to him, and then please talk to us. You're still live. We are streaming on BBS Telefina as well. So please, the only thing we lost is they've cut out to the news, but they are still streaming live. So don't think we are housekeeping, but I just wanted to mention that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayanja. Let's clap for Mr. Ron Mayanja. I'll put it here. One of the things that are dear to Mr. and Mrs. Mayanja, and I don't even know how much they go into this personal life of theirs, is that they are people of faith. So when the convention was conceived, one of the key values that Mr. and Mrs. Mayanja held was the value of unity. The interfaith service is a statement of that. Every year, whenever this convention has happened, there has been 2 hours reserved to just make the statement that we can have a platform where people of different faith can come together to praise the Lord. That is what we are inviting you to tomorrow. I have confirmation from the Toronto Seventh-day Adventists. They confirmed their attendance. From the Catholic Church of Toronto, the Ugandan Catholic Church of Toronto, they will be here. I have confirmation from the Ugandan Muslim Canadian Association. They confirmed they will be here with us. Panera Ministry, they will be here. These are all people that you would not find together on a Sunday morning. That is the whole point behind the interfaith service. It's really not my wisdom. It is something that is dear to Mr. and Mrs. Mayanja, and we want to honor you in that regard. For me, that is very, very dear to know that you care about unity. So tomorrow at 10, not this room, another room, but in the same building, you just go across the where we are seated. Please, that's where you need to be. Be there before 10 so that we can start at 10. You can't arrive at 10 when we are starting at 10. Be there around 9:30 so that you can enjoy the things that happen before the service so that we can start the service together. I have to emphasize the ministry of abundance in Christ Church, where Pastor Becky, if you may stand, Pastor Becky is one of the assistants there. That ministry this is not something easy to do. They are moving their entire service to this place. If you are a pastor, you would know that that is close to an impossibility. But that is what is happening tomorrow. So I want to stand here and honor Pastor Reverend Peace. She's supposed to be here, but she's well represented by the members of Abundance in Christ Church. And that is, I think, what I wanted to do. Please be part of everything about the convention. We have the picnic, yes. We have the breakfast. We have the dinner. But also we have the interfaith service. How many people here would say they are people of faith? That is everybody. That's what we are doing tomorrow at 10. Please be sure. Bring everything that you need to bring to God. Bring it tomorrow. Wanji? Bring a friend. That is very more important. You never know what the person might benefit because they came at your invitation. And I think that is one of the events that are not charged. So Mr. and Mrs. Mayanja, they said, no, we are not going to charge people to receive a prayer or to come and be blessed in the presence of God. So please be sure to bring somebody, but be sure to be there yourself as well. And we'll trust that God will move. We'll trust that answers will be received to your questions you have about God, questions you have about the things you're praying about. Please be sure to attend. And when we do that, we'll be making the statement that we can, in the midst of so much, there are so many reasons why we could be divided. There are so many reasons why we could be divided. But tomorrow we take a moment. This has been the case every single year. We take a moment to say, no, in the midst of all the reasons we could be divided, we want to demonstrate that we could actually be united, because it is indeed truly possible. But that takes you and I. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Eddie Jumba, Bishop Eddie Jumba. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still live. If you have something you wanted to say as far as helping and developing our community, I would invite you to do that. I see you guys are listening very attentively. I don't know whether you want to come and greet our people and say something. You know, did you have something you wanted to come and say to the people? You're good? All right, thank you so much. Please, did you want to come? Yeah, I just want to give a chance for the people in Toronto to basically come and say, George, now we're good. That was Sikule Kamawik. So don't think I've forgotten you. So I just wanted to allow this lady I am standing on stage with. I was her boss. I set up a TV station and a radio station back in the day in Uganda. So when Moses Mawa was like, oh, there is this person who used to be on radio and television, I need to invite them to come and speak. And then he sent me a picture. I laughed so loud because I was like, I was our boss, but I don't know whether she remembers that. I meant actually back. So please go ahead and greet the people, say something. But you're very popular. You used to have a good show on that. Was it Salt?
Yes, Salt Media. My mentor, my interviewer, actually, those were years back, and I think he was very good in media, and everybody that was starting up a media house, it had to be Mayanja to start it, organize it, stream it, produce it. So you started very many media houses that are still running up to now very powerfully. So we appreciate you. No wonder you have such a beautiful innovation here. I greet you all in the name of God Almighty, because we are different faiths. So I'll say in the name of God. I'm a Christian, a very good one, a committed one. And on that ground is where I'm able to do all that I do. Professionally, I'm a clinical psychologist counselor, but with 25 years of education. I've taught university for 18 years, I've taught secondary school for 15 years, and I've taught infants for 6 years. So anywhere you put me, even baby care, I can become a baby and make sure that I take care of people. I've worked with women, I've worked with men. I'm very passionate about the men's image in society. It's very important. And one of the things that I vow to do here in Canada, one of the things, and actually one of the reasons why I'm probably here, is to bring out God's intention of marriage, of family, God's intention of generation. When we are failing at family, we do not have successors. We do not have a generation to live. When our bishop, Pastor Jumba, the community mentor and motivator, gets older, there has to be another Jumba. There has to be another Pastor Peace. There has to be another Chief Mawa. There has to be another Mayanja. There has to be another Coach Sue. That's what they call me. Some people call me Coach Sue. Other people call me Auntie Sue. There's a youth home, Eva's Initiative, where I'm a chief chef. So they call me Chief Sue. So I am one person that falls in every shoe that I'm able to fall in. And if I know that I will not do something well, I do not do it. If you give me a broom, I make sure that I do it to the best of my ability. If you give me a piece of chalk, I'll do it passionately. Why? Because there's a reason why I am alive. There's a reason why each of you here is alive and is able to do what we all do at whatever cost, whatever it is you do. I've looked at everybody doing something somewhere. We are accountable to God Almighty that created us to be something. It's important to be useful at whatever level you're at. Maybe in the Garden of Eden, God didn't create books, academia, and all that, but God gave us a brain to understand that we can train into different professions and be able not to only do or work to earn a living and survive, but to be useful and add value to God's creation. We are accountable for our actions and our words. Even as you relate with your fellow brethren, however much they've upset you, the Bible says, forgive so you can be forgiven. Because we do not have an angel here. We all fault at a certain time, intentionally or unintentionally. But the most important thing is not the faulting, but what attitude towards that faulting. How do you bring back the connection, the unity? I'm very excited about tomorrow's service because it brings all of us together. Pastor Jumba, Reverend Jumba has said that we are all going to be in one hall as unity. In fact, if we had witches and sorcerers, we would invite them as well. Let them come and hear about the God that we serve. Because at the end of the day, we were created by one God of whom we are accountable for. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are answerable to God Almighty. Wherever you are a counsel, you are a mortgage person. So whatever you do, just know that there's one person you are accountable for. Besides your clients, there's a God we are all accountable for. For the Muslims, there's Allah that we are all accountable for. So what does this call us to do as I wind up? Let us love each other. Let us love each other at whatever cost. Because whatever we are accumulating as wealth, we live here. In front of God, He created us naked. We go naked with nothing, not even $1. So if you have $1 and you can be like Daphne and put it in a girl child somewhere to create a generation of tomorrow, why not? Global events, holding the career fairs here to make sure that all newcomers get jobs, why not? Chief Mawa, bringing an Afro Global TV to make sure that us, who are media personalities back home, we don't get dissolved in Toronto now. But we are able to be seen and looked at. Pastor Eddie Jumba, the telephone is on 24/7. Pastor Becky, they all come from their high ends and come down to us, to community, to serve. So I vow to Toronto that I am going to try as much as I can in all my power and strength as a professional, but also as a person created with a purpose, because I'm not here by mistake. I'm going to try and rekindle and rebuild family unity. How do we groom our children to be responsible, not to end up in drug wastage, not to be homeless? How do we help them to even do better than us? We have bought houses, we are in mortgages, we drive very good cars. Are our children and grandchildren going to be able to do what we've done? Are they going to be as resilient as we are? We are fighters. Have we taught it to our children? Have you taught your child the business you're doing? Is it a family business? Have you groomed them? We need a pastor to come from Pastor Jumba's house. We need a media personality to come from Chief Mawa's house. Mukuru Mayanja, otuleke dani. I want to thank you all for listening to me. I'm not the speaker of that day, please. But my name once again, Susan Nalwoga, Coach Sue, Auntie Sue, call me anything. Chief Sue, whatever, wherever you take me. I need a job, a proper job. Not that I'm not working, but I am here also to kwetega. Whoever has an organization, you need me. Of course, but apparently part-timely, I'm with Afro Global TV. May God bless you so much. My church is Abundance in Christ Church that is going to lead service here. And one of the directors, of course, is Pastor Jumba, who is the senior pastor of Milken's Church. May God bless you all. Swiss Max, you're doing great.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Again, for those watching, I have to keep reminding them that we are at the Business Expo, Uganda Canadian Diaspora Business Expo. Someone was telling me that the graphic needed to get corrected on there. I got a text message regarding that. George, do you want to say something? We would love to give the people in Toronto a chance before we get into more of, ladies and gentlemen, George does many things here. He's actually the one who connected me to some of the people who are doing very good for us, including Mark over there. So please, why don't you greet the people and say something?
Thank you very much, Ronnie. I got to know Ronnie virtually for a very long time. For the first time in 4 years, he saw my face yesterday. But we've been coordinating and doing a lot of things together. And my name is George William Wilobo. I greet you in my language, Yogano Dedede. I am I'm from Kabiramaido and had a gentleman, Sekada. Yes, I'm very humble to meet you. I know most of the projects in Sunflower and all the things for Rafiki. I am very familiar with them. So in Toronto, I still call Toronto. I still call Toronto. I have not lost that one. But I'm the executive director for Global Express Services, and including the ambassador. It is yesterday that he was finding out that I actually have a very established business. But all this while, he thought I'm just a street run around. But I have a very structured business. I have my business umbrella is Global Express Services Inc. Under Global Express, I have portfolios, and the first portfolio is Global Events Canada that organizes events and supports so many community initiatives within our community, requires planning and strategic management. And personally, coming from the corporate Ugandan corporate world, where I was a project manager at ABI, Agribusiness Initiative, Agribusiness Trust, whereby I also have background in agribusiness management, which I studied from Israel through the first cohort that went through the USADF. But most importantly here, I also have Brookside Staffing Agency that support our community members, especially the newcomers, because finding jobs here are very, very hard. So I have a staffing agency and focusing on the healthcare and community support. And I have contracts within the city of Toronto, but also have contracts with some of the private organizations that we supply workers to. And also another portfolio is GlobeX. My name is Wilobo, so that's why you're hearing a lot of global. My name is Wilobo. Wilobo literally means the world. So that explains why you're hearing global. So I use my name. Global is actually my name, Wilobo. So I have GlobeX, Global Express Shipping. So we ship a lot of community persons that want to ship back home, and we do that at a small and larger scale, both in air freight and water. Now, logistically, of course, we have our locations both in Mississauga. We have a warehouse that we partner with an entity to share that warehouse. We are also trying to expand to see how best we can be able to bring some of the partners. Yesterday, we met one of the partners that want us to work together in terms of logistics. However, I am here to thank Ronnie for bringing all the business leaders here today, and also appreciate you for consistently doing this. It's not easy to bring all these faces and these big shots in one space. And I want to thank the media team that is here. In most cases, I have mentored and encouraged a lot of newcomers in this community. In most cases, these people don't come out to really testify, but Mark right here is one of the testimonies of my mentorship. When he came here with his passion for media, I encouraged him with one small, simple camera. Right now you are seeing the entire room is filled with cameras and very latest technology equipments. And he's the one that has been streaming this live to the audience in Uganda. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity, and I appreciate you so much. Bye-bye.
Really good. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to thank all those people who made it. I don't want us to get into, you wanted to come and say something. I don't want to really carry this on for so long. But if you want to come, please come, the gentleman behind, and say something. Again, and then we will be able to wrap up the live stream for the people who might be watching on BBS, both on Facebook Live as well as YouTube. Please just come and say hi to them.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. I know you for some time, but wait for the first time. Your Excellency, all the good people who have traveled from Uganda, and our friends new here. Probably I'm one of the oldest in the house. I've been here for the last 29 years. I landed in Canada during the times of Michael Jackson. At that time, you had to wear a silk shirt, a silk tie, a silk trouser. I landed on the 14th of February. It was one of the coldest days, as we know. At that time, the planes did not touch the airport. You had to walk like 1 kilometer. When I go to the migration, even my teeth were singing. They told, I heard the immigration officer telling them my people were waiting for me that he's badly dressed. So that is how ignorant we are when we are moving to new places and we have global shocks. I am responsible for about 300 people migrating in this country. I am very proud over the years. After working for the World Bank, oh, by the way, my first job, I walked dogs. My second job, I was a security guard. And the third job, I worked for the World Bank as a researcher. All my life, I've dedicated myself in supporting Uganda. Ambassador is my testimony. Can tell the story. From anything that I could do or I can do up to now, I am not part of irresponsible divisions. I only focus on what puts us ahead. I'm the man behind the post-COVID conference that happens every year. It is always between 11th and 13th, but because we know how important this convention is, we pushed it to September. We always bring 350 people all over the world who come and discuss health, trade, and what post-COVID recovery is, as we anticipate that we should get ready should any pandemic, should any global shock come that we need. So I will welcome you to be part of it. We have 560 people confirmed from all over the world. From Saudi Arabia is the biggest. Then all the provinces are coming. We are going to be at Brampton, Pearson Convention Center. Because we are home-based, the same team here, you see George, you see Mark, these are the people who are going to carry the show for what it takes. Because for us, we believe there is this buy Uganda, build Uganda. But for us, support Uganda. That's what we do. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about is different from the story I'm saying. Two things. In Canada, to make money is the easiest country where somebody can make money. Because I was dog walking 29 years ago. I'm sure I'm comfortable where I am. Even if God says leave, I'll say thank you for what have you done. But let's invest in STEM. Let's invest our children in being scientists, because it's the only thing that can make you meet the CEO of Rogers Television. It's the only thing can make you to be hired globally. STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. If we can have children back home to come here and put them in these programs, we will be benefiting our country. One of the boys that I got from Uganda many years ago came here, got into the university here, was behind the store of Bombardier. It was one of the most direct projects that never had anything. We never heard about kickback, never heard about this, because the boy who came from Uganda came here, ended up being one of the best students, one of the best trainers at the Bombardier in Montreal. So, and naturally, because there was need, the information went around, and because he was one of the best workers in the department, he was made to meet the CEO of Bombardier. The rest is now history. I'm sure many people have positive stories that we talk about. However, for now, many visas are difficult, but now they have opened up the education sector. So it is very easy for somebody to come here and study as per this month. It's much, much simplified, and it's the best way we can bring people here. Come and study. The other back door is now complicated, I assure you. Then, last but not least, we are all Ugandans. But there is a very big problem that is we can't do much about. We all come from different backgrounds. We come from different locations. I've met people who know nowhere but they know Dubai. I know people who know nowhere but they know Kampala, but they are all here. We are completely different. That's why whenever people say, oh, we have differences, let's create environments that we can all come together, especially through this program of children that you are talking about. I would be happy to volunteer to work with somebody who wants all our children to come together, go to a boat ride, give them what they want. Because for us, we may never be able to get together, but our children that have met here are confused. There is a global shock that they are going through. It is very easy for us to stem them through that way. I'm from Jinja, Mwemusoga. One day my daughter came to me and told me, Daddy, is it true that we are Basoga? It was a shame for somebody who really wants home to be home, but that is what it is. So now I decided to carry my children wherever I go. It is only now that they were so tired. We had a Swahili festival somewhere. They could not come. But I take them so that they meet people who have origins like them so that I don't get ashamed. One day to ask me that, what are Basogas like? I don't want to waste a lot of your time, but I want to be part of you. Whoever wants my contact, the princess who was here, Moses Mawa, who is a hero to everybody here, because if you want to fail in media, don't contact Mawa. Then I'm very happy, that's all I can say, and we will be together from now up to the end. For those who want to be part of the next event, it is okay. We are giving out free invitations because we want people to come and be part of the new picture of the new order of the world, because as we are talking now, Canada is leading in global business. Thank you very much for accepting an old man like me to address you.
Yeah, so Moses just wanted me to put in some housekeeping here that this event will be covered on Afro Global Television and will also air across Canada on their channel. Let me have, if you want to come, I didn't get the name, but if you want to come and say something, she just wanted to. And by the way, we are wrapping up. We wanted to give you guys a chance to network. And because we are going to be breaking away from our live broadcast, because the team will have to go, so please, I'm waiting for you to make your way on stage. She's a newcomer here, and again, this is someone who has just moved to Toronto. I'm just trying to make way for you. Please say something, encourage these people, and maybe someone watching before we break off for the live stream. And then we'll call Pastor Jumba and then the ambassador. I don't know whether you might want to have a closing remarks so we can end on this. You good? Okay, so please say something.
Thank you, Ronnie. Hi, everyone. Protocol staff. I hope you're all well. My name is Denise. I'm very new in this space, obviously. I'll just read out what I wanted to say. If you don't mind. I'm a proud Ugandan. I've been in Canada for a year now, over a year, and I'm a marketing student. I'm based in Toronto, and my heart is deeply rooted in our culture, and I have a vision to share African luxury with the rest of the world. I've had the chance to work with the luxury department, in particular Harvey Nichols and Saks Fifth Avenue before they closed out of Toronto, Canada. And I've seen firsthand how global brands are built, and now I want to bring that same level of prestige to African-made products, beauty products, fashion, and lifestyle products. And through my brand, I've created a brand really new. It's called Philip Azibwe. My mission is to reintroduce Africa to the rest of the world, not just as a place of heritage, but to build a hub of excellency, elegance, and innovation. And I'm truly honored to be here to connect with some of you Ugandans. And as I'm starting this journey, I hope I can meet some of you to uplift me, or we uplift ourselves. And yeah, we also uplift what's ours. Thank you very much. I've started with the brand called Belazuri. I don't know if some of you know the brand. It's a Ugandan beauty cosmetics brand. I'm officially selling the product here in Canada. I'm also in touch with some other brands from the continent, not just Uganda. If you have a brand that you would recommend, not just beauty or fashion, but lifestyle as well, I would welcome the brand. I would like to, look at some of these brands and products that we have back home, and let's have them in this part of the world as well. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of you. My name is Denise Ayebaziwe. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm told some people might have, thank you so much, some have some questions because we had a lot of discussion going on and we didn't want to interrupt the broadcaster, but we're still on YouTube. Any questions for the people here present? Please, if you have a question, put up your hand and maybe someone we cut off might be able to expound on what they wanted to say. And we'll give you an opportunity. Questions? It's question time, ladies and gentlemen. Do you have any questions for all the speakers who've had this morning? If you do, please let us know, or forever hold your peace, as they say. Question time. If you have questions, guys. Do you have questions? Well, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of you for having met, because it's supposed to be a breakfast. We don't want it to go into a brunch and then lunch and then dinner, because you guys have to prepare. Done it is that we were supposed to have a boat cruise, which we canceled because we only could get Yankee Lady in the afternoon. And I'm told people here are night dancers. They prefer to do their things in the night, meaning dancing out in the night. So they say the day cruise wouldn't work for them. They prefer an evening cruise, is what I'm trying to get to. So as a result of that, we sat with the team and they said, what can some of the guests who have come in here for the first time do? Center Island was proposed as an alternative. And I reached out to Pastor Jumba, who said it's a very good venue where people can actually take their kids, family, and all that. There's always Obachidi area, I forget what they call it, some sort of ferry that takes you there. I need someone who knows a little bit of the directions as well as the fee. I'm told it's not very expensive to get there, but there's a lot to see once you get to Center Island. Pastor Jumba, can someone give us the direction to that? We had proposed a time of 4, but it's all, it depends on what people want to do. That's number 1. Number 2, the service is tomorrow at 10, like Pastor Jumba's mentioned. And then tomorrow evening we have dinner. I always throw this out there in the sense that I tell people, if you really feel there is someone who has come into this country dealing with a depression, they need to do something different, please bring them out. I always tell people that we're about building each other up. Don't let the encumbrance of, paying be an issue. I always tell people if they need to be here, let them come. We will accommodate them. So tomorrow at 6, we have DJ Barrett. He's definitely Toronto's very own. There's a club where he's involved and all that. So if you want to come and hear that. And then, of course, there are some kids. We have Madoy Fashion is going to also be doing a fashion runway. I think he's doing his thing. So just come and really enjoy the evening and meet some of the Ugandan people. I'm told that today is tricky for us when we're doing things around this time because many of them are working, but they've promised us they'll be here tomorrow. So thank you so much, Ambassador. We really appreciate the support of the embassy. Thank you so much, Pastor Jumba. Thank you so much, Kalunji. Ladies and gentlemen, clap for that gentleman who drives with me all the way from Boston, gives us all the equipment, the sound. We've done business with the Marriotts for the last 10 years, but when you hire the equipment, even the microphone is like $500 to hire this microphone here. So Encore just really whacks you with prices that can drive you off the cliff. So we appreciate you, Sebo. Thank you so much. And of course, Marina, NSSF, Rapportage, and all the other supporters that have really been there. Immigration. There is a lady, the equipment is set up. If you need documentation sorted, please. They came and trekked all the way from Ottawa. Let's support them. Let's give them a reason to come here. And Mr. Omach, I think you made my day. I think Didi, I think, but I even don't know what to say, but that was really good. I enjoyed that. And I think we need to give you more time. And I think once I get the cutouts of those, we can always stream them across more platforms. But thank you for making the time. And for all of you, unless there is anything, Moses, you think of, please come tomorrow, support us. We paid for a lot of food, and it's a 3-course dinner. And again, bring someone who you feel needs to be here. If there are people in shelters, we encourage them to come out and really be able to join us. And yeah, come and, do you know where Center Island is? I don't know how to direct people. I just need to know how to get there. Are you able to say something about that? I'm asking you. William, Center Island. George, as a global shipper, you should know where Center Island. In case people want to go there, just come and tell us where and how people can get there, or if the ferry is free to get to join that and all that. Just because I don't want, it's all individual transportation to get to the ferry. So I just want to make sure people know where to go if they want a change of scene. Also, we are right next, we choose this location because we're right next to the Eaton Center. Some of you might not have moved out of the hotel, but there are a bunch of malls next door. You might need to pick something for your kids and stuff like that. Yeah, just tell us.
All right, so the Center Highlands is very close by the city, but in the Lakeshore area. So when you go south from where we are, take the Young Street all the way. Young Street actually ends at the Lakeshore itself. So while there, you go to the waterfront. So there are docking areas all over the waterfront, and you can take any taxi, the water taxis. They're all over that area, down at the lake itself. Then there are ferries. There are like a public transport ferry that takes people across, and it's about $12 or $10 or $10 to $15 that takes you to the other side, but you get a ticket that brings you back as well. So it's quite easy. So while on the other end, I do not know what arrangements are on the other end. If someone wants to see all the parks, there are amusement parks that are also on the other end, but you must make sure that you keep the time for the ferry, because if you came by the ferry, you need to come back by the ferry. If you came by the taxi, there are also taxis, the water taxis that are on the other end that you can always board and come back. Thank you.
Yeah, that's basically my housekeeping for now. Ladies and gentlemen, this meeting is officially over, but feel free to interact with some of the people that Ambassador wanted us to have a group picture. I don't know what Mark can do to that and where and how we can set that up. But thank you so much for coming. Janet, did you want to say something to the people? Yeah, please come. And then, yeah, we'll wrap up. But we're officially done, and thank you so much for having been able to make time.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for honoring the invitation to come. Everybody that flew in from abroad. We love Canada. This is our 8th time here. And we love your smiles. We love the support. And that's all I'll say. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. And we hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So this meeting is adjourned. Photo op, let's do this and let's get it done. Is that okay? Yeah. I don't know whether Bettina is still here, but some housekeeping. Oh, just a
How many of you want to make a lot of money this year? By show of hands. Okay, let me repeat. How many of you are here to make a lot of money this year? Okay, did you know that that question invites you to think deeper? If it's in your business or at your workplace, did you know that the level of thinking you bring to it supports your decision, your innovation, and interest in taking action in order to realize your goals? Hello, my name is Henry Luyombia. I'm the Chief Visionary Officer at New African Canadians. It's a local nonprofit supporting people who are new to the country to access mental health, integration, and settlement support. Between 2021 to 2023, I was the Deputy Speaker for the Uganda North American Association, UNA, where I did my part to represent Canada within the UNA family. I'm so delighted to speak to you at this breakfast, that the Uganda Canada Business Breakfast 2025, on a topic that is dear to my heart: mental health and business. You and I will agree that these two are intertwined. They work alongside each other. You can't talk about business without mental health. And here is why. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling isolated, if you're feeling lonely, there is no way you can get people together as a team to network, to decide the goals for the year, for the quarter, and the like. And so, why this convention is very important is because the breakfast is uniting us to not only talk about profits, but also to talk about people. People are the ones that make businesses thrive. We need to treat our workers with respect, but we also need to ask questions that surround how their inner being really is. So now, if you can ask yourself, when was the last time you asked your colleague at work, or your business partner, or your family members how they're really, really, really doing? Ask that question to yourself. And so, if we are to really engage the diaspora community, now is the point, now is the time to really think deeply why mental health matters in business, at workplaces, in communities, and in life. I'm inviting you in this room today, and those watching at home via BBS and other social media platforms, to consider investing in mental health as part of growing businesses and improving workplace culture. Here is why. If you have a team that is energized, empowered, and excited, this is going to present an opportunity for innovation. There's going to be critical dialogue, and productivity is going to soar. And this is going to bring profits, and you're able to expand and have a great impact on communities. To my friends in the diaspora, especially Ugandans living in Canada, the message is, what are you doing to support your mental health and that of your colleague next door? And this could be an opportunity for further discussion, whereby we can consider investing back home in Uganda. You may all have heard, east or west, home is best. When we come to Canada and other places in the diaspora, we come to get skills, knowledge, networks, and a different line of thinking. But guess what? Uganda is the best. And here is why. 3 things. Preparing for retirement. Number 2, connecting or reconnecting with our roots. And thirdly, a sustainable legacy. And so now, I'm asking you, are you taking this moment at the Uganda Canada Business Breakfast and dinner later on, and meet and greet, to really dig deeper and find out what is it that I can do to contribute to the welfare and economy of Uganda? It's not about only sending money. It's about building together, building a Ugandan economy that is going to support us in those years. So I'm inviting us all to consider this opportunity at the Uganda-Canada Business Breakfast and Get Together and Interfaith Service this weekend to connect, to communicate, and very importantly, to take action when the cameras are over, when there is nothing glamorous, when the artists have all gone back, the dignitaries have all gone back, to consider what actions you can take in the next 24 hours, in the next 7 days, to now start thinking about investing back home in agriculture, in tourism, in ecosystems that support things around tech and other things. We can do this. We can build these platforms. So in conclusion, I want to thank the organizers of this event, the Uganda Diaspora Network, for getting us together 8 years. It's not easy. I want to thank the corporate sponsors. I thank all community partners, the government of Uganda, and yes, the province of Ontario and the city of Toronto, and those joining from across this great country, Canada, for what you've done to make this event possible. But I want to call upon you to start thinking a little bit differently. Invest in your mental health if you want better business. I'm inviting you also to consider joining us. Every August, we have the Global Mental Wellbeing and Substance Misuse Conference here on Prince Edward Island, PEI, Atlantic Canada. globalmws.org is our website.
My name is Lydia Namgain, Executive Director and the founder of Afro-Canadian Center for Women and Youth. The story starts from home where I was raised up. I gave birth to my kids, 2 of them, a boy and a girl. Then later, while I was in marriage, I felt like my kids have to get a better future. I felt like my kids, they have to be somewhere. I had my sister abroad and told me about traveling. By then, I didn't want to travel because I'm so attached with my kids. So it was so hard for me, but I was like, okay, let me give it a try. So I tried, and good enough, I got a visa. Then traveling was so hard because I had a 2-year-old daughter and I had a 4-year-old son. Then I was like, okay, what should I do? It was so hard, by the way. to decide. But the funny thing I did, and please, I advise mothers not to do it. I left my kids with a maid. I remember telling my kids, I'm going for work, but I'll be coming in the evening. Trust me, my kids, they didn't sleep that day. I reached Canada, and the first thing I did when my cousin picked me from the airport, I called my kids. And they were crying, Mommy, you didn't come back. And I was asking Barbara, what did you prepare for them? Barbara told me a lot, you know, Auntie, the kids cried the whole night. Auntie, this and this and this. I was like, oh my goodness, where am I going to start from? It was hard. And it was hard. Guess what? I started being a maid, doing a mother role, a father role, everything. It was on me. I could call. By the way, I had sleepless nights. Reason being, here it's different. When it's day, there it's night. When it's night, here it's day. So I couldn't sleep. I could call, I wake them up, they prepare them, they go to school. I could call the teachers. I could call the person, okay, like a house manager. We call them maids. I could call Barbara every day, every time. I could tell Barbara what to prepare for them. It was so hard. I remember my cousin saying, you just give chance to that maid to take care of your kids. It wasn't easy at all. At all, it wasn't easy. Remember, I used to do the process here in Canada. I used to follow everything, but at the same time, I used to be, you know, my soul was back home, but my body was in Canada. This old drama affected me mentally, physically, financially. What should I say? It affected me so much. Because mentally, I swear, I wasn't here. Mentally, I could think, I could cry. People who were around me, they know that I could cry. To an extent, I had to ask for my passport to go back home. And I cried. I cried for my passport. I went to, even wasn't my lawyer, but he was, okay, he's a Ugandan lawyer, but wasn't my lawyer. I just went and I said, you know what, how can I get my passport? And this guy was like, Lydia, you want to go back home? I was like, yes, I want to go back. So he was like, you know what, when you go back, you never get a chance of coming back. I was like, I don't mind, but how can I get my passport? Because it was too much for me. It was too much whereby whenever I call my kids and I talk to them, I feel that, you know, they are not in a good condition. And I was like, why did I leave them? I had someone who loved me so much, someone who cared for me, someone who didn't want to see a spoiled Lydia, a wasted Lydia. That's my husband. George used to call them. I could do homework with them, but when I'm busy, George calls them, you know, and just they do homework and calls me and says, you know what, honey, everything is fine. I remember that time I received an email saying, you know what, send your kid's passport to Dar es Salaam. I just read just the subject, passports, requirement, something. And I was like, honey, can you read this email? I was like, yeah, honey, they have said you should send the passports. I was like, no, honey, read it well. Yes, I said, you photocopy this, you send the kid's passport. It was a dream, and my dream came true. I woke up early. I told my husband, you know, honey, it's time we go. But guess what? When we had you know, traveling. I was like, hey, honey, we have to change the oil. I was like, oh my goodness. We went, we changed the oil, but I looked, you know, I went office to office at the airport. And they are like, no, you go to the other office. No, you, until I said no, they told me to wait from here. I'm like, okay. How many kids are you expecting? I was like, 2. Who and who? I mentioned the names. I mentioned the birthday dates. Then I was like, okay, you wait. Do you know these people are funny? They bring their kids behind that big mirror, you know. You just see them and are these your kids? And my kids were, yes, that's mommy. That's mommy. Oh my goodness. I cried. I waited for this.